do? Today we're going to be building a vermicomposting system. So this is going to be an entire ecosystem where the foundation is going to be the red worms or the red wigglers that we're going to discuss. So these are just a couple of the materials that you're going to need to build a vermicomposting bin. First, you're going to need a bin. All right. So as we see here, our bin does not allow light in. This is going to be very important for the worm's environment. Also, we have these holes that I have drilled in here that allow oxygen inside for the worms to breathe, because that's going to be very important. These holes also have screens on the inside. I'm going to take you on a little tour. Let's go on a little tour of the inside. Boom. You see these screens on the inside. You can see my finger through them. Those screens are important for so that worms don't escape. All right. So we have our bin. In order to create this vermicomposting system, we will need our red wiggler worms. All right. So we will need some worms in this system. We will need newspaper. This is going to be very important. Worms are detrivores, which means that they eat or feed on dead things. Newspapers technically are dead trees. We will also need a banana. We're going to chop this banana up, which I'll go through a little later. We will need some soil. Boom. A spray bottle. And we're also going to be measuring our soil, the amount of soil that we put into the bin, and we're going to be using a scale to do that. All right, we're putting a pound of soil into each bin, so we're going to have 2 bins. All right. So one of the first steps that we're going to take in making this vermicomposting system is going to be to weigh the amount of soil that we have. All right, so in each bin, we're going to be putting in 1 pound of soil, which is approximately 450 grams. All right, so we're going to weigh out 450 grams. Remember, we put our cup or our measuring device on top of the scale, zero it out, and then we're going to weigh 453 grams. All right, scoop in the soil. All right, that's 219 grams. So we need to do that approximately 1.5 more times. We're blowing this big food. So now that we have the 1 pound of soil in each bin, the worms can feel like they're in their natural habitat, which is under the ground. As I mentioned, they're detrivores and they eat dead things or decaying things. All right. Now, one thing that we're going to add, we're going to be cutting up our newspaper into very, very small strips. This will allow or provide bedding for the worms. It will also allow for cover and moisture in their environment. Worms, if you've ever seen or felt them, they like for their skin to be moist on the outside. That's one of the ways that they breathe. All right, so we're going to be adding these strips of newspaper. They also consume them, so they also eat the newspaper as well. All right, we're also going to be adding small pieces, about 1-inch pieces of this banana peel, which they also consume. All right, so we're providing food and nutrition for these worms so that they can create the compost that we're going to be looking at. All right, so we're cutting this up into strips, cutting the banana up into small pieces. We're blowing this big food.